Okay, yo, we're at week 8 of the poetry tournament. So last week you evaluated I'm offering this poem versus happiness. And remember, we're evaluating it this week on how you relate with the poem. You're going to tell me like how it inspires you to do something or notice things or which one speaks strongest to you, and how it relates specifically to you. So we did that last week, and you were voting um, either I'm offering this poem versus happiness, and it was close, but the winner is I'm offering this poem. And so that will be week 10, and then the winner from this week will go against that particular poem. So this week we're going two poems: Last Night the Rain Spoke to Me and Eating Alone. So just a quick review. So remember, you're going to open up the Google Doc that has like the competition and what's going on, just so you can get a visual of, oh, okay, here we're at. And then you're watching me, and then you're going to open up that Google Doc. So in that Google Doc, you'll see I put the two poems. Let me see if I can get it going. There it is. So here's the first poem, is Last Night the Rain Spoke to Me. And it's filled with personification because rain doesn't act human. But here we have rains talking, and I don't know. Right now it's Monday, so Sunday night it was rainy, and I could hear it. So every time I can hear the rain at nighttime, I always think of this poem, and how the rain comes down and it's so happy. Do you remember that? And just how everything is all one and all connected. And anyway, very, very hopeful. And then you have Eating Alone, which is totally different mood of the poem. Remember, there's the garden and pulling the last of the spring onions. So you know it's springtime because the garden is bare and the ground's cold. And then there's that flashback of the father, and how they used to garden together. And you could tell that the father was getting old by that creaky knee. And he picks up that pear, and kind of like a symbol of I too will pass. And then the back to present day, the speaker thinks he or she sees his father, her father, and notices the shovel, so that reminder of death and burial. And then you have, the last little bit, the harvest, and then Eating Alone, and sad, really, really sad. So it's really about which one speaks to you the most. So you'll answer the race question, and that's on page 3 of that Google Doc. So just keep scrolling down. And I want to know how the poem inspires you to do something. And some of you are going to be like, oh, it doesn't really inspire me to do anything, but I relate to it. So it's the same idea. I can think of, if I were going to do Eating Alone, I could talk about the traditions with my parents. And my parents are still alive, and I'm really, really lucky. And I could just think of all the things I want to do with them, especially now with this homestay, because I've been nervous about being around my parents. So we talk on the phone a lot, we FaceTime a lot, but it's not quite the same. So the Eating Alone, really, I just want to be with my parents more, and I want to make sure that they know how much I love them. But then Last Night the Rain Spoke to Me is a great one too, because I always think of it in terms of my dog, in terms of when we do have weather, and I can think of times where kind of that fresh start, like having that fresh start, and how exciting it feels and how hopeful it is, and I feel connected to a lot of things that make it work. So pick one, write a gorgeous race answer, and remember the last step, step 4 is comment. Tell me which poem, tell everybody which poem. It's just another reminder that, oh, I need to do my work. And then the last one is make sure you hit done. That tells me to score it and get it right back to you. So, okay, have fun.